I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But trying to welcome to Learning from Life in the UK test, part 220, golf. It's on to page 77. While doing wrist training, and if you participate in a wrist training, better set at your own risk. Golf. The modern game of golf can be traced back to the 15th century Scotland. The modern game of golf can be traced back to the 15th century Scotland. So in the 15th century, so 1450 something, there was already something like golf played in Scotland. It is a popular sport played socially as well as professionally. That's the case of most sports. So there are some people doing that, really professionalize their job, basically. They're devoting all their life to it, more or less. And it's also socially, some people playing it for fun on the weekends or something like that. There are public and private golf courses all over the UK. What does that mean? What is public? How public is public? Does public mean anyone can come there? With paying money or without paying money? And if by public course people have to pay money, there's the difference to the private one. Now, private one could be closed. And only... So public means it's free. There are public and private golf courses. And some are easier to get in, others a bit harder. And St. Andrews in Scotland is known as the home of golf. St. Andrews is visited the city because we know St. Andrews, and his day is the... I think we had actually last Scotland, when it would be the 30th November. It is St. Andrews, Scotland. So St. Andrews Day is in Scotland, 30th November. Now, St. Andrews in Scotland is known as the home of golf. My assumption, in Scotland, there's a town called St. Andrews. We're going to get an overglow and looking up if we find St. Andrews. If we find at least here Ayr, Berkshire, Ayr, Somalia, something else in Scotland. So the thing is Scotland. Okay, I can't find anything. I found Edinburgh and Glasgow. And I found Dundee and Aberdeen. Okay, that's all we have in here. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen and Dundee. But the other one. Okay, when we're going... I don't think we're going to find anything in England. We started that. We're having Norfolk and Norwich. There's Norfolk, the big orange thing, and there is Norwich, a small yellow dot. There's Suffolk. And now we're looking shortly where Somalia is. Somalia is... There is Somalia. So next to Ethiopia and Kenya. And that's pretty. Okay, that was more successful. Golf. We wanted to look for St. Andrews. Okay, we don't have anything else more to do. And Scotland is the home of golf. The Open Championship is the only major tournament held outside the United States. It is hosted by different golf courses every year. I assume in Scotland or in the United Kingdom. It's not written here. So there are major tournaments and they seem to be in the United States. And one of them is not in the United States. And it is hosted by different golf courses every year. I wouldn't mention it if it would be happening in Spain. So it's happening in the United Kingdom. Maybe in Scotland, in St Andrews. We're going to go now another time there. We're going to look again through Scotland, if you found anything, like St Andrews. But we're not going to do anything new. If you're not here for wrist training, which you're not going to do at the moment, then you can go to the next part where we're doing tennis. Just hear it again. Okay. Orkney Island. There's Orkney Island. Never to Scotland. There's not Orkney Island or the Orkney Islands. Okay. We found the Orkney Islands. Now we're going to wrist training. If you participate in wrist training, it is your own risk. We're starting with a spotlight. We're having the hands next to us, front of fist, and we're bringing them down and again up. We're having 3 rules. The first rule is that we're stopping immediately as soon as you feel pain. The second rule is that we're going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. And the third rule is we do not overdoing it. So if it was an exercise, the flashlight, again hands front of fist, and we bring to the inside and to the outside. And therefore always go to the step sense a bit more and try to avoid it out. Just to have it all symmetrically. And to the outside. And the last time to the inside. Now with T-Rex in the morning, hands out, and we bring these hands down. You can have completely flexed, closed hands, or not. It's a little different from carpal tunnel. Doesn't really make a difference. And again down. Up and now down. And listen up. And down. Now the T-Rex in gym. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can just do it without one. Take the tennis ball and you press with moderate force on top of it, or you make a strong fist. And release again. Press again. Release and press for the final time. Now we're switching. And we're pressing. And releasing. And pressing again. Releasing. And pressing again. And now we're doing this exercise. We're having the hands front to fist in front of it. Now we're opening slowly. And we're closing again slowly. Opening again slowly. Closing again slowly. And again opening. And closing. And the last time. And closing. And something similar. Both hands next to us. And now we're making claws. Like that. And we're opening again. And we're making claws. And we're also pressing it with so strong claws. And we're holding it there for 1 to 2 seconds. And opening again. And closing. And opening again. And the last time. And opening. And another time something similar. Hands next to us. Now we're bending. Bending. just here, we're bending at the knuckles. So here. And we're opening again. And we're bending again at the knuckles. You can do it directly. I'm going to do it just one time. And we're opening again. And we're closing again. And we're bending at the knuckles. And now the next exercise. Again, hand next to us. And we're bending. And we're pressing carefully a bit onto the head. Now we're opening again. We are bending at the knuckles and we're pressing again carefully. Change my hands and do it with the other hand. We are bending and we're pressing carefully on top of it. We're opening again and last time. Down. And we're pressing a bit on top of it. And now to the cautious big bang. We're placing the fingertips of one hand on top of the fingernails of the other hand. And now we are opening slowly. And we're closing again slowly. And we're opening again slowly. And we're closing again slowly. And another time. No switching. The other hand on top. And we're opening slowly. And we're closing again slowly. One last time. Now we're doing the frog testing the water temperature. We're having the hands next to us, and we're bringing them down with flat fingers. Now we're bringing them again up, making strong fists into extension fist. Now down into flexion with hands and flat fingers, and up into extension of strong fist. And again in front of flat fingers. And again up with strong fists. Now it is enough. We're having two similar exercises. We're taking both arms in with strong fists and we're going into flexion. And now make long arms and go into extension with flat fingers. And again in and flexion and strong fist. And again out with extended and extended fingers, also flat fingers. And the last time in with strong fist and flexion. And again out, extension of the hands and flat fingers. And one similar last exercise. If this exercise is too much, then don't do it when break, just the world lifter. We are straight and tall. We're having strong fists and long arms. Now we bring these fists to the inside with strong fists. Now to the outside, flat fingers into extension. This is the last exercise. And again in, the flexion with strong fist. And to the outside, with flat fingers. And the last time to the inside. Strong fists, and to the outside, with flat fingers. Now with relaxation, we're having the long arm and then bending the elbow, and we're going with moderate pressure over the extension tone muscle. And over it are we going to relax the muscle a bit. And another time. No, first another time. So we're having a little over a minute left, just 3 things. The first thing, tournaments of golf are done in St. Andrews. Tournaments of horse racing are, for example, Royal Ascot, 5-day-long racing in Berkshire, Grand National at Aintree near Liverpool, the Scottish Grand National at Ayr, and the National Horse Racing Museum in Newmarket, Suffolk. Such racing is a museum. And some expressions of rugby are rain stop play, betting on a sticky wicket, playing a straight bat, bowling a googly. It's just not cricket. I thank you very much, and until next time.